What's up everybody, it's Broken Bones here and welcome back to Broken's Bedrock Tutorials. Today we're going to be showing you how to make the mud maker. This thing will convert an entire shulker box or chest of dirt and convert it all the way into mud and put it in a giant block just like this. This build was inspired by our concrete maker over there, Miss Ambi on our realm. She asked me if there's a way to convert the concrete maker into a mud maker, and so here it is. And this farm is easy to use, just like our concrete converter. There's no on switch or anything. All you have to do is come into the build, place in your dirt block, and as you can see it gets pushed down and turned into mud. It also uses this auto bottle filling dispenser, which takes a water source and fills up your water bottles, so you never ever have to replace the water bottles. And much like the concrete converter, the redstone is very much the same. There's not much to it, and the only difference is the conversion that we do for the mud. And as you can see, all you have to do is stand here and place in the dirt block, and it'll continuously turn every dirt block into a piece of mud and pushes them into a giant cube just like this, which is super easy to mine out. So let's get started with the tutorial. Material list down in the description. Start things off by making a 12 by 12 platform. This is going to be for your big cube of mud to sit on. Then decide what corner you're going to be AFKing at. I'm going to be AFKing at this corner because I want it to be the same as my other mud maker over here. So once you've decided that, go ahead and come on down. We're going to place one temporary block in there. We're going to place one piston up just like this, and we're going to take that line of pistons and we're going to stretch it out the whole 12 blocks long all the way across your platform here. Let's go ahead and place these two in. And then at the very end here, we're going to go ahead and place in an observer just like this. There we go. Go ahead and place a block on that observer just like this, and the face of it should be facing this piston just like that. Go ahead and come down by one block, come out this way by one block, and come out that way by one block. Break that one in the middle, and then you can place in one block there, two more there. Go ahead and place in some redstone in an L shape just like this. Place in a repeater on 2 ticks and another repeater on 1 tick. Go ahead and come right over here, come a block up, and then come a block down. Break the one in the middle and place some redstone dust on top of that one. This one we can come out here by one block and come out here by one block. This should stretch down the entire length of all your pistons. That's going to go ahead and reach up, so now you can go ahead and place redstone in on top of all those, and that circuit will power that anytime that comes into play with that. So that should work just like that. Make sure that your circuitry pushes this block up all the way here at the end. When your block gets here, it should push that one up too, and if it doesn't, you've done something wrong. Go ahead and fix it. And I recommend placing in blocks above your redstone from here all the way across your pistons just like this. That way when you're breaking your mud out and you're mining it all out, you don't come over here and accidentally break any of your redstone. If you don't have these blocks, you're going to be sorry because you're going to have to come back here and fix your redstone. You're mining the mud out with a shovel, so you don't really have to worry about these blocks breaking. Next up, grab your pistons and place in your piston wall. This is going to be 12 blocks wide and 12 blocks tall. On the back side of your pistons, go ahead and place in your rows of blocks, starting at the bottom piston down here, placing redstone on top, skipping a layer, placing another layer of blocks, and putting more redstone on top. Do that all the way up to the top. Coming off of this piston right here, go ahead and place in a temporary block and then an observer facing just like this right there. Go ahead and place a block on its face right there and one down just like this, one off to the side and one off to that side, and you can break this one in the middle. Come back up here, place a block there, two more right here, place in an L shape of redstone here, here, and here. Grab yourself a repeater, put it on 2 ticks, grab yourself another repeater, put it on 1 tick. On this side, go ahead and bring up a block just like this. And then right here, we're going to grab our observers. We're going to come down just like this, place an observer there, there, and one more there we go. And then we're going to place in a block right there. Now we need to put redstone on all of these. Go ahead and come back up to the top. Go ahead and grab your redstone, put that one there, that one there, that one there, that one there, and that one too. I recommend doing that from the top down because if you do that from the bottom up, you'll be listening to this every time you place in some redstone, so I suggest doing it from the top down. To make sure you've done everything correctly, go ahead and place in a block here and a block here. That whole thing should push up, and then if we place in a block up here, the whole piston wall should activate just like that, and it should push all the blocks forward just like so. If you've gone that far, then you've done everything correct. If not, you've done something wrong. Go ahead and fix it. So if you've built this all correctly, go ahead and come on over to here to this piston. Go ahead and place yourself in a movable block there. I'm using crying obsidian because it looks cool. And then we're going to go ahead and build our pushing circuit. So let's go ahead and build this. We're going to place in a temporary block down there with a piston up like that. We're going to place in a solid block behind that one, and then another piston on top of that one like so. Grab your observer. We're going to place that off to the side right here, and that's going to, you can break that one right there. So this observer is going to be what triggers the entire thing. So go ahead and place a block on the back side of that one. Bring one down, go ahead and place one on this side and that side, and then break that one behind it. Come back up here, place a block right here, 2 more right here. Place in some redstone in an L shape just like this. Bring a repeater right here, put that on 2 ticks. Another repeater right here, keep that on 1 tick. Come onto this side, place a block there, one there, and one there. Break the one out in the middle, and then go ahead and come out by 1 block down here on the bottom. Come up by 2 more, and bring that one back and around by 1 just like this. It should give you this little horseshoe shape. Then we're going to place redstone dust on top of all of those. Those should go into that block, and that should power both of those pistons. So go ahead and place a block in right there, and place another one right there, and it should push both of those forward. Now that you have this built, it's great that you have a piston that pushes a block forward, but now we need one that's going to push it down. Let's go ahead and build that. We're going to go ahead and place in a redstone torch on top of that block right here. Go ahead and place a block on top of that redstone torch and another redstone torch off to the side. Place in 2 blocks right here, and then go ahead and bring in a light source block of some kind right here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to place in our piston facing downwards off to the side of that block, and we're going to place an observer facing in this direction on the side of it. Over here on the back side, we need to place in a bit of redstone and a repeater. Once you've built that, test your circuit. Go ahead and place in a block in right here. It should do that. It should push it over and down, and when you place one more, it should push that one out, push this one over and down, and then it should just continuously keep doing that over and over again. Once you have this circuit working, go ahead and come on down here. We're going to place in a dispenser right here. This is going to be the dispenser that dispenses out a water bottle into the dirt, making it turn into mud. And then we need to go ahead and build the circuit that keeps these water bottles flowing around. And to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to come down here with a temporary block. Go ahead and place one right there. You can break that one out. Place in a hopper in that direction. Then over here, what we're going to do is we're going to place in a dispenser down here just like this. Alright, and then off to the side of that dispenser, we're going to place in a slab, just like so, on the top of it, just like this. Coming off of that one, we're going to go ahead and place in a block right there, and a block downwards, just like this. Put one underneath that, and another one right here. Go ahead and break that one out in the middle. You can place yourself in a repeater right there. You can leave that on 1 tick, and then we're going to go ahead and place in redstone dust here, here, and here. And as you can see, these 2 bits of redstone dust link up, so go ahead and place in your block right there to go ahead and cut that off. Then we're going to grab ourselves a comparator, and you're going to place a comparator down right on top right there, just like that. Grab yourself a redstone torch and place that on the back side right there. Next, go ahead and grab yourself another hopper, and we're going to place 1 hopper into the side of this dispenser right here, just like that. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn this hopper right here into an item filter. We need to take 4 items that you're not going to have go through this, which is anything but water bottles. So go ahead and place in 4 items right there. And then we need 41 items to go right there. And anytime you have more than 41 items, you can see that it'll drop through and it'll trigger this dispenser. Then once you have your item sorter, go ahead and come on down to this torch right here and place a block on the side of it, which is right here in front of that dispenser. Go ahead and grab your droppers. We're going to place in 3 droppers. We're going to place in 1 here, another one up, and 1 more up, just like this. And then we should grab a hopper and place one into the side of that dispenser right here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come on down here and we're going to make all this stuff work. So let's go ahead and grab our hoppers. We're going to place one into the side of that dropper right there, and then another hopper leading into that one right there. Next, we need to go ahead and fill this in. So grab yourself some blocks. Go ahead and encase this whole area in, just like I'm doing right here. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to break these 2 blocks out, place in some water, and that should flow into this hopper right here, and then go ahead and place another block on top. Anytime that has a empty water bottle in it, it will turn it into a full water bottle and dispense it out into this hopper line, and then feed it right into this dropper tower right here. And to power this, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a observer right here. We're going to place that right on this torch. That observer will trigger twice whenever this torch goes on and off. So we're going to go ahead and place in a block on the back side of that one, and 1 more right there. Go ahead and come on down here just like this and like that, and we're going to place in 3 bits of redstone here, here, and here. And one of the things that I like to do to prevent lag from hoppers or anything like that is I like to take something with an inventory and place it on top. This time I'm going to use a furnace because I usually use composters, but because villagers link up to composters, I've recently had issues using that on top of hoppers, so I'm no longer going to use those. I'm going to use something else like a furnace. At this point in time, we need to go ahead and test this circuit, so let's go ahead and load it on up. Go ahead and come on down here, right to this dispenser right here. We're going to place in 9 stacks of water bottles, okay? Go ahead and grab 1 stack of those. We're going to go ahead and use those here really quick. Go ahead and break out this piece of glass here temporarily and get yourself some water bottles. So go ahead and grab yourself like 9 water bottles there. And then we're going to go and open up this dispenser and we're going to place all 9 of them inside of there, okay? That's going to go ahead and turn your mud or your dirt into mud. And then what it'll do is this item sorter will suck out any of the empty water bottles, putting them back into this, and then it'll go ahead and continuously cycle through those water bottles. And yes, you do have to have 9 stacks of water bottles in here, so go ahead and whatever you have left over out of that one, go ahead and place those back in here like that. What that'll do is it'll force the water bottle to be pushed out because it won't stay in there because there's nowhere for it to be. It's all empty water bottles. So every time you have a water bottle that needs to be filled, it'll automatically get dispensed out into this hopper line and then sent back up to the mud making dispenser. Now this circuit should be ready to test. Go ahead and place in a block on top of that dispenser there, so that way this observer will power it whenever it goes down, and grab yourself a piece of dirt, and we should go ahead and get ourselves a piece of mud. Here, let's go ahead and test it out here, and there we go. You want to make sure that you get a piece of mud every time, so go ahead and place that down. Should turn it into mud again, and again, and again. Once you've tested your circuit, go ahead and look inside this dispenser. You should have 8 water bottles just like this with 1 space missing. And if you place in another dirt block right there, you should see that it goes down to 7, and then one of the water bottles gets filled up and put back in. So you should always be left with 8 water bottles in there. You can also double check this dispenser. Anytime you place in a block right there, you should see that it dispenses out a water bottle and gets collected by that hopper. Your build is nearing completion at this point in time. All we have to do left is putting in the dropper that's going to be giving you dirt. Let's go ahead and put that circuit in here. So go ahead and come off the back of this piston. Go ahead and place in 3 blocks. This is going to be your floor area. Go ahead and place in a temporary block like that. Go ahead and place yourself in a dropper on top of that temporary block. You can break that one out. Go ahead and place in yourself a hopper right there. And then we're going to go ahead and place in a light source block under that one. That'll go ahead and illuminate the area around it. Then go ahead and grab yourself a couple other blocks. We can place that there. Place this up here. We're going to come around here off the top. Then we can go ahead and come right down there like so, and then we're going to go ahead and encase this whole side in just like that so you can't really see anything. Then we're going to come down here, we're going to place in a block right there and a block right there and another one right there. Next we need to go ahead and bring in some blocks in right here, and then we're going to place one up here just like that on the back side of that dropper. Next we're going to place in some redstone here, here, and here. And anytime that piston comes up, it's going to power that block, powering this redstone, giving you another piece of dirt. Then you can place yourself in a chest or a barrel or whatever you guys like right here. But if you guys are going to be in a shulker box loader like me, go ahead and place yourself in a temporary block right there and place in a piston right there in that fashion with a button off to that side. Go ahead and come around back. Go ahead and place in yourself a block right here with some redstone on the side just like that. And you can delete your temporary block out the back. And go ahead and encase in your hopper right here. Go ahead and throw a block off to the back like that. Your farm at this point is almost done. Go ahead and come right down here to this mud block. We're going to place in a block right there and 2 more up on the face. And whenever you place the block on that observer there, you should hear that dropper fire. That lets you know that all that circuitry has been done correctly. Then we're going to go ahead and take a row of blocks in, place them in like that. Take another row of blocks, place them in just like so. Off this one right here, place in 1 off the top, 1 off to that side, and 2 more over here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, should be your AFK zone all done and dusted. And I believe that's this whole farm done and dusted. Let's go ahead and double check our work. Looks like I've done everything correctly. It seems to be turning every piece of dirt into a piece of mud. And yeah, it looks like it's working perfectly. Just as a side note, this farm should never really break on you, but in the case that it does, go ahead and double check this dispenser right here. This dispenser needs water bottles inside of it, and if it doesn't have any, it will break. What happens is this dispenser dispenses a water bottle out into a piece of dirt, turning it into mud, leaving this water bottle empty. That empty water bottle then gets pulled out by this hopper, and all of the circuitry requires that to happen in order for it to work. So if this dispenser is empty and has no more water bottles in it, then it will not have an empty water bottle to trigger this circuit. So double check that if your farm is not working and just producing dirt. So now that you've tested all your circuits, you know everything is working, let's go ahead and use our new farm. Go ahead and come on down here, and as you can see, I've got my filming account on. He's going to be running the farm for us. You need to place in your dirt in a barrel or a chest or a shulker box right here. It's going to flow down into this dropper. Grab yourself 1 piece of dirt out of the dropper, and you're going to use that to start the farm. So all we really need to do is give that to our filming account. He's got the L2 button pressed down, and he's going to go ahead and start placing in dirt, and as you can see, it's all coming out as mud, which is pretty awesome. That's what this farm is supposed to do. So now that we've got this working, we're going to go ahead and stress test this thing, do an entire shulker box of mud. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the mud maker. This thing is a powerful machine, and as I said earlier, it really shouldn't break on you, but if it does for any reason, I bet you it'll be due to this dispenser. Double check this, and you should have 8 water bottles in it, and as you can see, we still do, even after a full shulker box of usage. It'll always stay full. And if you happen to have any missing, you can come right down here when you're mining out your block, come down here, and you're always going to have one mud block here. This is going to be always here, so go ahead and break that and double check your dispenser right there. And then if you are missing any water bottles, I bet if you come in here in this area, they're inside this piston or somewhere around in here, and all you have to do is grab them and throw them back in, and you should be good. Other than that, yeah, you guys are pretty much done. Go ahead and keep that mud block there. It'll be how the farm works the very first time. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. Today's tutorial was a lot of fun. This thing was cool to build. And if you guys enjoyed it too, make sure to smack the like button and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy, everybody.